What's going on, guys? We're hanging out at Tackle Warehouse today. We have the Bassmaster High School National Championship. We've had a lot of guys come in here asking kind of how the lake's fishing, how a lot of these other lakes like Lake Lanier, Lake Hartwell, they fish pretty similar to Clarksville. We're gonna go through our rundown. If we were fishing this tournament, what we would be buying for the month of, late July, early August on Clarksville or really any herring lake. So we're gonna start out with talking about brim bed fishing. So this is one of the very popular techniques to catch kicker bass this time of year. It's getting up shallow, looking for brim beds, and one of my most favorite things to throw is the tiny bull shooter from depth. So if you like to throw big swim baits, this isn't a huge swim bait, but it's a good size where you're still gonna get a lot of bites, but it imitates those bluegill perfectly. Gonna catch a lot of kicker fish this time of year.
Yeah.
Another one I like to throw is just a buzz bait. So G-Buzz from Buckeye, great option. Quarter, half, 3/8 ounce. That paired up with your favorite toad. I like green pumpkin candy. Walker, what's your favorite color toad this time of year?
Either green pumpkin candy. A lot of times, especially early in the morning, I'm throwing just either a straight black or a straight white. I know it's not like a traditional bluegill color or anything, but those fish really key in on the silhouettes. And I've been out with Jake and he's throwing, watermelon candy. I'm throwing white, and it's hard to tell a difference. But I think that light is a big player in that. So I'm gonna run with a straight black or a straight white.
Yeah, and this is a partner tournament too. So if your partner wants to have one on, you can have the other. And then you can't forget about the old tried and true Gary Yamamoto Cinco. Just 5-inch. This is the green pumpkin party color or green pumpkin candy type color. I forgot exactly what they call it.
Green pumpkin, purple green.
Yeah, purple green. So just a good bluegill color. Add a little bit of chartreuse dye. You're gonna have a lot of success.
No
shallow this time of year. What else do you like to throw shallow for brim beds?
Man, it's one of the newer ones. I guess it's still kind of new, but the G-Crack or G-Crack Bellows Gill. I like the Bellows Shad. Bellows Gill is probably my favorite one this time of year. Just a great little bait. This one here is the green pumpkin purple color. Really doesn't matter. Just it's a profile thing for me. I threw this on a free rig, on a Nico rig. The G-Crack Bellows, the Nico Hack. Is a great way to rig this. And the cool thing about this is it's so versatile. You can throw it in 2 foot of water or in 20 foot of water. But brim bed season, you're gonna be somewhere in the middle there. Just fishing that around. You can change your weights on a free rig. I like to go out with, on this specific size, I throw a 3/0, just basically flip a hook on there, and then a 1/4 ounce free rig weight on there as well, and just drag it around, and it gets a ton of big bites on there. So really like that bait. That's probably it for brim bed stuff. But I mean, also at Clarksville, you've got a bunch of different stuff to do too this time of year. What else are you rocking?
So the main thing when you go to Clarksville you're gonna hear about is herring, fishing the herring bite. So one thing you're gonna have is some sort of topwater bait. This is the Ima Grande skimmer. We just got these at Tackle Warehouse. I think they sold out pretty quickly.
Definitely.
But we're gonna get another shipment in this next week. So be on the lookout for the Grande skimmers as well as the traditional skimmers and little stick. If it's cloudy, windy, rainy, I lean more towards that little stick. It's more an aggressive topwater. If it's hot and slick out, I go towards that skimmer. Another great option you can't go wrong with is just throwing a fluke style bait. This is the D-Shad from Gary Yamamoto. This one has a lot more salt than some of the other ones, so you can cast it a lot further. If you like to throw it on a spinning rod, you can, or a bait caster. Both are great options. Kind of personal preference. I think we both like spinning rods for our flukes.
Definitely.
Just being here on Lake Lanier, that's kind of what we do. But dealing with big largemouth, you may want to try playing around with throwing it on a bait caster. Another good option is just throwing a spoon this time of year. It's something that gets overlooked. That's the Little Larry spoon, shattered glass. Probably, I would say the past 3 weeks, our best selling spoon. I would say so.
Most definitely.
This is a lot lighter. It only weighs 3/4 ounce versus what the traditional nickels are a little bit heavier. So you're able to float this spoon over the top of piles. I've even caught schooling fish with this bait, believe it or not, just because you can keep it up higher in the water column. So great option there. What else are you throwing this time of year?
Man, on that herring deal, it is hard to go wrong with a forward-facing style minnow. That rolling action, it just triggers a lot of big fish, big bites from big fish, and it applies to spotted bass and largemouth, I think. So that's kind of a universal bait. This one here is one of my favorites recently. It's that Drift Fry Mellow from Jackal. It's a 5.2 inch, so I think it gets a lot of the bigger bites rather than the original Drift Fry, which I believe comes in at 4 inches. So I'm throwing that bigger style this year. This one here is just like the sweet Wakasagi color, but I mean, it looks like a herring. That pro bluey kind of color. They're a great bait. One of my favorite and probably top producing baits of all time in the summertime is just your traditional underspin. This one here is by Spot Choker, one of my favorite underspin heads out there. I'm just pairing that with a 3, either a 3.3 or a 3.8, sometimes even a 2.8 Kitech, just depending on the bait size. But I know down at Clarksdale they've got herring, stuff like that. So you might even want to upgrade that. But this is just going to put a lot of fish in the boat, and hopefully some big fish for you too.
Yeah, and that's a bait that a lot of people throw more wintertime, and then like move into a herring lake, you realize that it's more versatile than just wintertime.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do in the summertime is just burn that over piles. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with getting that that underspin blade kicking as fast as possible. It just gets a lot of fish. And then one that I know a lot of people are familiar with when it comes to herring fisheries is that Berkeley Magic Swimmer. My favorite color is the all chrome, but sometimes I'll switch it up to like a bone pattern if it's cloudy out there. But that all chrome Berkeley Magic Swimmer gets, 5-to-1 bites to any of the other hard swim baits out there as far as multi-jointed baits. And I really love it. So big fan of that. So fish in the boat.
So I think that's the rundown of kind of what we'd be throwing. We'll have links to all this stuff in the description below. So check us out, tacklewarehouse.com, and good luck at Clarksdale.
Absolutely.